All right, what is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. It's episode 69 of AH Live, and today is no different than in the other episode of AH Live. We've got an incredible guest all the way from Rochester, New York. That's right, we have the one and only Judah Healy, an incredible saxophonist. If you listen to jazz radio, you've been hearing him. He's had several really killer tunes in rotation. And the other thing that's really cool is we are doing a show together, a co-bill in Rochester, his hometown. And so we will be talking about that as well. If you're anywhere near Rochester, make sure you get your tickets and come through. Judah's going to be doing his set. I'll be doing my set. Of course, we'll collaborate, and it is going to be a blast. That's coming up in the latter part of August. And, we'll get to that when we get to it. So excited to share his music with you. And speaking of which, do us a favor, click share, and let's spread the show all throughout Facebook. We're here every week, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, with incredible guests and incredible performances. And today is no different. I'm going to preview another track off of the new album. You guys already heard Undeniable last week, and you heard a tune called Come On, Let's Dance. That was track 8, track 9. Today I'm going to give you a preview of track 7, and it's a tune called Rising Up. It's the title track from the album Rising Up, and this is going to be my new single as well. So you're getting a very exclusive sneak preview of this track today, and it features some incredible musicians. David Mann did the horn arrangement and played all the reeds, Trevor Newman on the trumpet, Mel Brown on bass, Eric Valentine on drums, Ramon Islas on percussion. I played the guitars, of course, a lot of the keyboards, and also Carnell Harrell is in there a little bit on the keyboards as well. So it's an incredible cast of characters. I'm so excited. It's my 11th single, the new single off the album, and you're getting a sneak preview a few weeks before it drops. And hey, I've talked about it enough. Let's play it. Let me make sure I'm all ready, because it starts right off the top. I gotta be ready. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rising Up. goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that is the new single and the title track of the new album, Rising Up, a sneak preview you will only hear right here on AH Live. And if you want to be a part of the new record, we make it real easy. We have an Indiegogo campaign. Huge thanks to the over 85 and counting people who have contributed so far. You get everything from the signed CD, VIP experience, all the way to me performing at your next event, and you get the album before it's released. So you can click the link in the description, or you can go to Indiegogo.com and type in Adam Holly and get the new record, Rising Up. It's album number 4. I'm so excited about it. Just great grooves, positive vibes all the way through. And of course, otherwise, if you want to help out the show, we also have that available to you: PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Stars. So as I mentioned, we have the incredible Judah Healy in the house, and we are performing together in Rochester. We'll talk about that in the interview, and he's going to perform for us as well. So I hope you enjoy the one and only Judah Healy.
What's up, Judah? How you doing today?
I'm great.
Man, appreciate you so much coming on AH Live. I've been enjoying your music for several years now. I've been catching you on the radio. You always sound killer. I'm going to start with you where I start with everyone. Why the saxophone?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I went to an art school in high school. It's called School of the Arts, and you had to do something. So there was, theater tech, there was drama, there was dance, which I did a little bit of all of those. But my uncle played the saxophone, and neither of my parents are musical at all. But my uncle played the saxophone, and I loved what he did, and he got me started on that, and the rest is history. So yeah.
So man, I've been enjoying hearing you a little bit on both tenor and alto. Maybe speak on what are some of your influences, or any of the saxophone greats maybe that you've been checking out, inspired by?
Yes, and every time I get asked this question, I always answer this. Kirk Whalum is my favorite saxophone player of all time. I love his tone. I love everything he does. And so he inspired me to pick up the tenor. I've been playing alto for many years, and then when I heard Kirk Whalum, I just switched over to tenor, and that's my primary horn. I play them all, tenor, alto, and soprano, but tenor is my favorite. I love him. I love Gerald Albright, Dave Koz, there's so many, Boney James. I know them and love them all, but Kirk is my guy. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I had the honor of being an artist on his Christmas tour a couple years ago.
Wow.
And so, I've been a fan of his forever, but to be on stage with him, we did 7 shows in December of 2019. It was something else, man, to be up close. So I agree with you 100%. And I'm not surprised that you said you play all of them, because you're an educator as well. Tell us a little bit about your background with that.
Yeah, I've been teaching music. I just finished up my 12th year of teaching music. I teach primarily elementary students, so kindergarten to 4th grade, so the babies, And I went to school for music, obviously, and then I graduated, and then somebody said, "Hey, you should look into teaching." I'm like, "Okay," and then I've been doing it ever since. So yeah, it's been a very fun ride.
Wow, that's awesome. I spent many years teaching that age group, and it only takes one. It takes that one that really just goes for it and comes back each week, and it's so rewarding. So that's awesome. Yeah. And I also share another career accomplishment with you. I was reading your bio, and you're music director at your church. I spent many years as music director of mine.
Wow, that's awesome.
I think it was 2008 to 2012 or something like that.
Wow.
So how has that been going? How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that since 2001.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm up until now, I'm still doing it. I've been since 2001. So what is that? 20 years. Wow. I lost count, but 20 years I've been doing this, and and I play primarily keyboard, piano at my church, and that's one of my main things that I love to do, and it's very rewarding, and getting to work with people, and Sunday it's showtime and all that. It's a very, very rewarding thing that I love to do.
Yeah, no question. Why? I figured because I see that you're writing all of this great music that's coming out, so there had to be some keyboard skills in there. And speaking of which, man, let's get to the music. You have a couple of really killer tunes that we've been hearing on the radio that you were nice enough to perform for us.
Thank you.
So we're going to start off with Off the Charts. Tell us about that track.
Off the Charts. So that was my second single that I was blessed to have the world hear. And I set out to make something that was, grooving and, that people would hopefully like. And that was the one that really, my first single kind of opened the door. And then the second one just kind of made me sit among some of my favorite people that I love to listen to. And it's been really, really cool just to be able to know guys like you and, have my music played along guys like you. It's been a blessing. So, and that was the one that actually made it to the Billboard charts and was up there for a little while. 23 it peaked at. So it was a top 30 single. So that was really cool. So I was excited about that. So
Killer. Well, let's hear it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Off the Charts. All right, man. So killer. And we've got one more. Tell us about Turn It Up.
Turn It Up. That was the first one, my very first single that I came out with. And it came from my CD called Welcome Home, which was my second full-length album. I produced the whole album myself, and I actually worked with one of my friends. His name was Deepak Fetu, who's a very big fan of yours. A very big fan of yours. He was actually the one that reached out to you to make the show happen on August 19th, which we'll get to. But and he played guitar on a lot of my music. And Turn It Up was. It's funny because that was not one I would have selected as my first single, but my wife, heard me working on it. She was like, "That's a hit." so that one was the one that went out, and that was the one that got me in the door. So Turn It Up, yeah.
Well, I think we all know by now, happy wife, happy life, right?
That's right. That's right.
Let's hear it. Turn it up. Oh man, awesome. Really appreciate you, man, taking the time to perform for us. You sound killer, and I'm really excited because I'm going to get to see you in person. We're doing a show together.
That's right.
In Rochester, August 19th. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're anywhere nearby, grab your tickets on Eventbrite. That's a Thursday night. Judah's doing his set. I'm doing my set. I cannot wait. Tell us about this venue. You obviously live there. You're from Rochester. Give us a little backstory on where we're playing.
Water Street Music Hall. They've had a lot of great artists come through. And they, after the world shut down for as long as it did, and this is going to be their first show reopening for the first time in, like 18 months or so. And I'm just blessed that I'm able to do it and be able to share the stage with you and just to be able to play at this wonderful, wonderful venue. Water Street Music Hall is the name. Yeah.
Definitely. No, it's going to be great. As I said, we're both going to perform our sets. Shout out, you mentioned him a second ago, Deepak, for helping coordinate all of this. Andrew also at the venue. Yes. So again, Eventbrite, August 19th, it's this Thursday. Judah and myself, so it's going to be a blast. We hope to see all of you guys out there. And while we're at it, let everyone know where we can find you and keep up with your music and grab a copy of your releases.
Yes. So my most recent CD was Legacy, which is where Off the Charts came from, and that came out last year on my 35th birthday. So you can find that where all digital music is sold. You can find, you can go to my website, which is judahsealymusic.com/square.site, I think it is. Just type in Judah Healy Music and it'll come up because it's a really long link. But yeah, so you can find it in all digital stores, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your music, you can find it. So all of my music is there.
Perfect. Well, Judah, appreciate you, man. You sound killer. Can't wait to see you in person in August. I hope all of you that are anywhere near upstate New York will come through. It's going to be a blast. So appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming through AH Live.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. How about that? Judah Healy, incredible player. Thank you, Judah, so much for taking the time to drop in and give us a little background and perform for us as well, man. Really killer. So you guys know what time it is. It's time to bring in my lovely wife, Kat, with the Cat Cam. There she is.
Hi.
What is going on?
Oh, not much. Just hanging with you.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, you might have noticed this is our second week of pre-records. We didn't want to leave you hanging. Because we have not missed an episode in 69 straight weeks.
I know.
And actually, right now, we're flying back from our family vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the air currently, but also somehow, due to the advent of this incredible technology, we're also with you on Facebook.
Yeah.
But we will have a ton of pictures for you next week from our vacation. And if you've been following us, we've been putting them up anyways. But we will be back live next Wednesday and let you know how the vacay went and continue the new album preview.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, how about Judah? Wasn't he incredible?
Yeah. And I am new to him. I don't think I've ever...
Well, we have been hearing him on jazz radio. They've been playing him quite a bit. But yeah, he's a newer artist to the scene. What's cool, though, is we are going to get very intimate and get to know him very well coming up here on tour. And let me throw this up here for you guys. Judah and I, and Kat will be there as well. We're hanging out in Rochester, which is his hometown. And we are going to be there. If you scan through here and look... Oh, you know what? I went to the second page. I just need to be on the first page. There we go. August 19th, we will be at the club at Water Street in Rochester, New York. That's a Thursday night, and it is the grand opening of that club. They've been closed, obviously, because of COVID. So this is the grand reopening. And Judah will be doing his set. I will be doing mine. And we're on a whole run that week. We're doing Racine, Wisconsin, Rochester, Elmira, then 2 nights in Norfolk. So we want to see you all. If you're anywhere near Rochester, come through. You're getting the 2 for the price of 1. You're getting to hear Judah and his band, and we'll be doing our set as well. So
Yeah.
appreciate you, Judah. Judah
really
and
cool.
his guitar player Deepak were really instrumental in making this show happen and getting us connected with Andrew Niddley at the club there at Water Street. So it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be a really cool show. So appreciate you, Judah. Thanks for putting that show
Judah.
together. And thanks for coming through on AH Live. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure so many people are going to be buying his music, checking him out.
Definitely.
And, gaining some new followers because he was really cool.
Yeah. No, you sounded great, Judah.
Yeah.
And actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's go back here and just peruse here a little bit. So coming up, actually, in a few days, is this show in San Antonio at the Big Bib. So if you haven't got your tickets, if you're anywhere near San Antonio, grab it. The food is incredible.
Yes.
I know Kat can testify to that as I can. It is so good. The pecan cobbler,
Oh, my
God.
goodness.
If you're in SoCal, we've also got coming up next the South Coast Winery Show in Temecula, hosted by Michael Paulo, and Daryl Williams will be there as well. And if you're in SoCal, you notice I'm also at Spaghettini. That'll be a different show, though. That's a CD release show. So if you're in SoCal, make sure you check out both of those. The one in Temecula is a collaboration with Daryl Williams and Michael Paulo, and Spaghettini is just AH solo debuting the new music from the album. So we got a lot of great shows coming up. Just go to adamholly.com and you can catch those. So Kat,
Yes.
it's been a theme that we've been kind of taking people through our home improvement here at the
Right.
house, and we have some more pictures to share. I was wrestling with these chandeliers, and this is actually bringing back nightmares for me. This was such a
Aw.
challenge to get these up, but they look so
Yeah.
beautiful. Let's go to the pictures. I'll let you narrate. You do such a better
Okay.
job than I do. So tell us what's going on here.
So what's going on here is we have recessed lighting throughout the house, and I wanted some pendant lights, mini chandeliers, as you call them.
Because we wouldn't be living if it weren't for that.
No. So I wanted to change them out, and it's fairly easy because they have little kits that you can, you can go as far as spending like $60 on a kit, but sometimes you have to be frugal. So I think this particular kit I got off Amazon for like $22.
Wow.
And it's like you can transform the recessed light to be able to hang a pendant or like a chandelier.
And that word sounds so easy. Transform. It just happens. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't just happen overnight.
So
there's some sweat equity
This
involved
particular
here.
photo, we were taking the recessed light, the can light out, and then having to take off what's that orange thing called? That twist.
We had to
the
take
cords.
the wires apart, get them ready
Yeah.
for the new fixture.
So we had to take the wires apart.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm standing on the ladder at this point. I think I'm just standing full on the on the island.
Yeah, the island came in handy because it was a surface you could just stand on. Let's see. So what was next? Oh, this is me. See, this doesn't do it justice. I look so dignified there. I wish we should have done a time lapse of me wrestling with
I
these.
know.
'Cause, dear God.
Well, because the issue was we had to get the silver thing after we switched the wires and everything out,
Yeah.
and then put the ceiling medallion.
Yeah.
But then the ceiling medallion, nothing is holding it. So you have to get it like just right with the pendant and screw it in, make sure it's center, and like it just was like ridiculous.
You know what it reminded me of was doing the cabinets, and it was a similar thing, like with the drawer. Excuse me. You would
Yeah.
if you would get the handle straight, the drawer would be crooked, and then you get the drawer straight, and now the handle is crooked.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So that's
This was very similar with the what did you call it? Ceiling pendant.
ceiling medallion.
Medallion.
Uh-huh.
And then you get that straight, but then the light would be,
Yeah.
kind of off to one side. Man.
And normally you wouldn't need the ceiling medallion, but because you are changing the can light to the pendant light, the hole in the ceiling
Right.
is larger than what any pendant light canopy would be.
Yeah.
Unless you really searched for like a larger one. I've seen some that were like square shaped online, and I was like, oh, that might cover the whole hole. We wouldn't need the medallion, but everything takes forever.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just put the medallion up. And yeah, it just was, we'd screw it in and we'd be like, oh yes, we got it. And then we come down either off of the island or off of the ladder, and you look up and nothing is aligned. So you have to do it again. And then it was just crazy. But they're there.
And it always takes like 5 times longer than you think. Oh yeah, we'll just take this out, put it in. And then we had to go back to Home Depot, get more parts. So anyways, this picture doesn't really do it justice, but we do have the after photo looking very nice, looking very luxurious in the kitchen.
Yeah,
And then
it
even
looks
better is when you flip it on. That was the other thing. I was like, as soon as we'd plug it in, I'd say, let's flip the switch and just make sure before we finalize this. And look at that.
Look at it. It's
It turned out really nice. I have to say, as frustrating as it was, it does look gorgeous.
Yeah. And these pendant lights are like probably 2 months past its due date, because I had bought 2 other pendants and one was taking a long time to even arrive. And then when I took it out of the box, I immediately knew that I wasn't going to like it. I said, oh, no, I don't know if I want to put these up.
Yeah.
And then so I ordered other ones similar to this that you see here in the photo, but they were a lot larger. And when I took that out of the box, I loved it. And Adam Jr. was like, no, Mom, no. And so then I got these and I was like, well, let's just see what they look. But as soon as I took these out of the box, I was like, yeah, I think these are it.
They were great. And then now I'm remembering, too, another struggle was we got them plugged in. They were working, but then the chain was too long.
Yeah.
Right? And so it was, that was another thing we had to wrestle with.
The chain was too long, and I weaved the cord, the electrical cord, through the chain, but like really far, not thinking like the light's not gonna hang that long. So, and I've had to undo it and redo one, I think twice.
Yeah.
And then finally, when we were hanging it, I said, oh my gosh, why did I put the cord through this much chain? And then so Adam ended up, what did you use? I don't know.
I ended up just using pliers just to, because every link had a space in it where if you wanted to, you could squeeze it and then take it apart. So I ended up doing that. But it was interesting. I was trying to figure out why is there so much chain, because it basically you could have played tetherball with it. It was like it could have hung all the way. Maybe if you had a tall ceiling, maybe that's why they had that.
Well, yeah, and then some people, especially like if you have stairs and you put it like at the ceiling, at the stair landing or something, so they just give you leeway.
Sure.
But it just was ridiculous because Adam had to clip every single link by itself.
Yeah.
To get it.
This is,
So yeah,
not good memories coming back.
It was challenging. And then once we took the links off, there was still all of that electrical cord. Yeah. So Adam had to like shimmy it up, literally like centimeter by centimeter, like up into the can. We were not gonna take it off. We were like, we are not taking this off at the ceiling. We're just gonna like shove it in there as best we can.
I'm gonna have to go tank top one episode so you can see I really, really got some definition on my triceps back here from that. Oh my gosh, that was challenging.
So they're up, and again, just like some of the cabinets and the tile, the backsplash on the countertops, I just have to go up and put caulk around the ceiling medallion, so there's like not the little space of separation between the ceiling and that. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's, and the kitchen is 90% done.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's taken a long time because I would always tell myself tomorrow I'm going to put, the new contact paper in the cabinets. Yeah. Or tomorrow I'm going to put the handles on the doors. And then tomorrow comes and I do nothing.
Well, now we started traveling, so it just kind of interrupts. So, there's one project every couple weeks or so.
Yeah, so it's a functioning kitchen. It's just the handles, the hardware needs to be on the cabinet doors. We have them on the drawers. and then the contact paper inside, so I can actually put everything back in the cabinets. Because our actual dining room is still being used as like just a makeshift storage area. So like all of the stuff that was in the cabinets is in there.
Right. Yeah.
And
Crazy.
So yeah, so it's like little stuff like that, but like kind of do make a really big difference. So
no, it's turning out really gorgeous. You definitely have an eye for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's coming along, you know. We're doing kind of one room at a time. The master, you just completely did an amazing job there. So now it's kind of the kitchen and then the dining room, and you know, so we'll get there eventually.
I think next, I don't know, maybe it'll be the wine cellar.
Yeah, circa 2025. All this will be by the, you know, when little Adam graduates from high school, then you know it'll all be done.
Yeah.
And
and if you're new to AH Live, you know, we moved and we bought a home. It's pretty a different home, but it's pretty like immaculate. Everything just was not our style, like very traditional and super just not our style. Very formal, I should say. Everything was very formal. And you know, so we're just kind of like changing it up to make it more our space.
yeah, no, for sure. No, it's coming along for sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we still have some Ask Adam questions to get through from the last couple weeks. You guys have just been firing off the questions, so this is a great opportunity to catch up. So what do we got out there?
Okay, so many people every week always talk about your hair. Because, you know, when we were in quarantine, you had the quarantine curls going on. Then we had the debate, Team Cat, Team Adam for Team Curls or Team Buzz.
Right.
And so when you buzzed it, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you look so different, but now it's growing back out.
Yeah.
And every week, everyone keeps saying, oh, we see a little bit of curl coming.
Yeah.
Or, oh my gosh, our COVID curl's coming back.
Curls, yeah.
And so you did say that you really dislike going to the barber. So you like now like to get it short and then kind of wear it for a little bit and then go back for the buzz. So
yeah, and that's typically what I do is I just get it, you know, I'll do a 2 on the side, 5 on the top, and then that'll last me maybe 3 months until it just gets unwieldy and no product can tame it, and then I just chop it off again, you know. So that's been kind of my routine now for a while. And hey, you know, it's you save a little money on the haircuts. Really, it's not so much the expense; it's every time. It doesn't matter if you have an appointment. It sucks the life out of a day just going over there trying to get your hair done, you know, haircut. So, so yeah, that's kind of the main thing. I just get tired of sitting around.
So Erin Hall, I think it was last week, she was saying Erin is loving the curls coming back.
Okay.
And so many people kind of tapped that too. They were like piggybacking on it.
And I've seen her also say, miss the curls. So now that they're reappearing a little bit, I guess, you know.
And then so Kurt Schmidt going to you saying that you were going to cut it, I think when you started retouring in August.
Yeah.
He said, Kurt Schmidt says 4 weeks until another haircut.
Right, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. That's about the timing. Yeah, because it's still working. I can still put product in and it tames it. So,
but
you know.
it's like not really tamed because the curls don't really curl right now. They're very like
well, yeah, you
short.
do. And that is part of it. You do get that awkward in-between stage as well.
Because you guys all know I love a nice buzz. I just love the buzz. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I lived a large portion of my life with your hair very curly and not tamed.
Right.
As you just said.
Right.
And so, you know, when you buzzed it, now let me tell you guys something. I had been asking Adam when we, you know, were married, dating and newly married to like cut his hair really short or to buzz it for years. He never did. Jennifer Lopez asked him one time and he buzzed his hair.
Hey, it's an employment opportunity.
But it's okay though, because it's so cute.
She didn't personally, you know, hey Adam. You know, it wasn't like that. It was, you know.
Yeah, I know.
It was when I got hired. They just made it known to everybody, not just me. They said, hey, the look for the tour is, you know, close cropped hair. So that was for everybody, the band, the dancers.
Yeah, but you specifically because you had them curls.
Right, yeah. Well.
But anyways, you guys all know that I like the buzz, so I can't wait until this. How long do you have?
I don't know. Ask Kurt Schmidt.
Kurt Schmidt.
He's got the
How much
timeline
longer-
apparently.
How much
so.
longer do we have until the haircut?
Yeah,
Let
is
us know
funny.
in the comments. Okay, so one of our Ask Adam questions,
Okay.
Jan Ham says, when will you be back in Birmingham?
Great question. It is not confirmed, but I am actually actively talking, although I know this is confusing because this is airing a little bit later. But in this moment that we're filming, I'm actually emailing back and forth. So just pencil in your calendar. It is October 22nd. That's a Friday. Just pencil it down. It's not confirmed, but just keep that in mind, and we're working towards that date. Very excited because we've only been there. Well, we've been there twice. We did Jazz in the Park,
Yes.
which was awesome. But in terms of the Club Perfect Note, we just did that in 2016. So we're
And
looking
Jazz in
forward
the
to
Park, and we lost.
Bernard.
I
We're so
know.
sad to lose Bernard. If any of you made it to any of his events, he did Jazz in the Park, and these were free to the public. He did it in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Huntsville, that I know of. He had us do all three of those.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he had other events as well. But yeah, we sadly lost him during COVID. So yeah, he was a huge champion of contemporary jazz in particular, and from the very beginning was so supportive of us. He would bring us back every year.
Yeah, and he was so sweet
Yeah.
and just like lively.
He was the
And,
nicest guy.
Yeah, he was really sweet. I was so just kind of like heartbroken to hear.
Yeah, me too.
He,
Me too.
you know, lost his life to COVID.
100%.
But so, and I wonder if someone else is kind of gonna, you know, take his place.
Yeah, I
and
don't know
kinda
that.
advocate
I
for-
don't know
for
that.
live
Hopefully,
jazz
because yeah, it was
in the city.
some incredible performance opportunities.
Yeah.
But yeah, pencil that date in. October 22nd. It's a Friday. We're circling in on that date at Perfect Note. So when it gets
Okay.
confirmed, we'll let you know.
Awesome. And then we have a question from Mike Brown. Mike Brown, we haven't
What's up,
seen
Mike?
you and Crystal in the chats in for some time, but he always comes with
Yep.
questions. And I remembered this one. I had written it down and I didn't get to it, I don't
Okay.
think. So this is from Mike Brown, and he says, who can we expect for special guest on the new album, if you're able to tell us yet?
Ooh, I'm not quite ready. Mike has been asking for several months.
Yeah, he
I'm
has.
not quite ready to reveal, but I am going to very soon. But as you can imagine, I'm going to have them, the ones that are available and aren't touring like crazy. I'm going to also have them come on the show. So I'm still getting
Nice.
all that lined up, and we'll reveal very, very soon. So just be patient, Mike. Sorry. I know that's like the fourth time he's
know.
asked, but
He does ask.
Yeah.
He does ask quite a bit. So we can't have a hint.
well, I already revealed by accident. Riley Richard is confirmed. He is on the
Okay.
record. So incredible
So you have
saxophonist.
that.
Yeah, so that's one.
And no other little tidbit.
I'll let you know. Well, I can tell you there are 3 incredible saxophonists that you are all fans of, and an incredible bassist.
Okay.
So maybe that narrows it down for you.
So there you go. You guys have a little bit of excitement you can hold on to
Yep,
until it's there. Okay, and then so how much longer do we have for the Indiegogo?
So we have just 6 more days. So the Indiegogo ends on, let me pull up my calendar, ends on Tuesday at midnight, 6 days from today. So it ends on August 3rd
August
at
3rd.
midnight.
Okay.
So you have 6 more days to be a part of it. Huge thanks. I think I mentioned a little earlier in the episode, we already have past 85 people who've contributed, which is amazing. You can get the album before it's released and a lot of other perks as well. Signed sheet music, demo recordings, associate producer credit, liner note credit. So yeah, so you got 6 more days to be a part of it, and the album drops September 10th, but you'll get it before everyone
6
else.
more days.
Yeah,
6 more days?
for
Or
Indiegogo.
Or 6 weeks?
No, for the Indiegogo is 6 more
Oh,
days.
August 3rd.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
thinking September. I don't know why.
So the album officially drops and is available for wide release September 10th.
Okay, yeah.
But if you do the
That's what-
Indiegogo,
yeah.
you get it before.
Yeah, you get it before. Oh, and this is from, I believe it was Diane Otley Johnson. she did ask this, and I actually took a screenshot and forgot to ask it last week. Sorry. She was saying, are you going to have T-shirts with the Indiegogo, and if some of them will be V-neck?
We are going to have T-shirts. We are still working on the design with our incredible designer, Hiroshi. He does all of the design for our logos and for our album covers. So I'll have more information for you soon about that.
Soon.
Yep.
But yeah, we used to do V-necks all the time. I think the last Adam Holly Christmas, I don't think we did do V-necks, but I do like to tell Adam that a lot of women like V-neck shirts. So sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't, but we're still like in the designing process.
We just like to mix it up, do something a little different.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's it for our Ask Adam questions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, honey, as
You're
always. And we will see you next week.
See you guys.
All right, guys. And we have another incredible guest next Wednesday. The incredible saxophonist and vocalist, all the way from Portland, Oregon. His name is Patrick Lamb. I had the distinct honor of producing his new single. It's called Malibu Drive. He's going to perform it for us. And, of course, we'll get a chance to chat with him. He's had a distinguished career, not only his solo career, but he's also toured with a ton of people. Gino Vanelli in particular, and a lot of others, Jeff Lorber, you name it. So we'll get into all of that. So tune in for that. And I've got one more tune before we get out of here. We're going to go out on a high note with a tune of mine called Traveling Mood. Come on, y'all. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of AH Live. As I mentioned, you've only got 6 more days to be a part of the new album. You can click that link in the description for Indiegogo, or you can go to the website and type in Adam Holly and get the new record, Rising Up. And if you want to help us out, we make that super easy. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Just click those links in the description. Tune in next week for the incredible Patrick Lamb. Thank you for tuning in to AH Live. We will see you next week. Good night.